still stay there because I think we're a little bit ahead of schedule. I'll probably do my chair's report right now. Be one less thing to take on a little bit later before we get to our public comment section. So if you can bring up. So as you're aware, at USBE, in Utah's public education, there's a lot to be said and done about public education and how it works. And then I just want to bring out computer science in Utah. It just seemed like it was a few years ago. We were really aggressively working with our legislature and getting funding and that. Here's some background on computer science just for your situational awareness. 2018, a computer science tech task force was created. The task force made formal recommendations to USBE in June of 2018, and 2019, Governor Herbert signed House Bill 227, the Utah Computer Science Grant Act, into law, and it was launched in our grants management program. 2019, only 54% of the public schools, high schools, taught computer science. Next slide, please. So the program's been moving forward. Of course, we've got some history with a pandemic and some other things and in the wake of what's been happening in computer science, but I just want to report just some highlights that 34 of 41 school districts teach computer science today, and that momentum's changing. Also in that same department, all in with us in this movement, Christina Yamanda, I think I said that correctly. Did I say that right? Okay, thank you. She's a specialist, our specialist for computer science and information technology. She received high honors in the Education Excellence Award in the 15th Annual Women Tech Award section piece. So if you have any information, or if you want to know more about what's happening in computer science, we have good staff that can help you in that space. But it's just good not to forget some of the, I call them betterments that the board has taken for granted. And so between now and the end of the year, I probably will bring a couple little pieces out. Now, Christina isn't the only one that receives these high recognition amongst our peers and in our communities. I didn't get permission to share this, but I'm going to share it anyway. We have our very own superintendent going to be recognized this Friday evening and inducted into their Hall of Fame at Utah Tech, which is the old Dixie, but Utah Tech University. And the little bit of conversations that I've had with the folks that are going to do that happening the last 7 years. It's been 7, hasn't it? In Utah's public education, a lot of changes, almost a decade worth of changes as I've talked to people. And our superintendent, Dixon, has been on the forefront representing this board, and I keep bringing up board and supporting the board and board's initiative and board action. But she's been a good ambassador to the board, and she's executed a lot of great policies and has her fingerprints on a lot of awesome outcomes in Utah's public education system. I don't want to get into the details of how many decades she's committed to Utah's public education, but it's been more than 3. I'll just leave it at that, and you guys can figure the rest out. She's been one that has always advocated for every child and every educator without bias and any prejudice. And her reputation is known throughout the United States. And now our state even gets world recognition for what's happening here. So just in my report, just FYI, there'll be probably some news releases after Friday. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to go down for that induction there, so more to report. But again, I apologize not getting permission, but I just want to recognize and applaud our superintendent for that recognition going into a hall of fame. Thank you. Okay, we'll embarrass her later, I'm sure. So I think we're really close to being back on schedule. So I'm calling it ahead of schedule. Maybe it'll be contagious throughout the day.